What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you. I know it's been a while. We got a lot to catch up on. McCaffrey traded. Christian McCaffrey was. How did we trade Christian McCaffrey? Matt Rule is gone. No Matt Rule anymore. So we're done with that topic. We're done with the McCaffrey topic. I guess we're going to talk about quarterbacks. We're going to talk about the Panthers. I don't know if anybody's listening anymore because, what are we going to do with this Carolina Panthers team? Because I'm very confused right now. I'm sure everybody else is confused, but we got some stuff to talk about. How about them Bills? How about them Bills? Can't get that going. I mean, that's what I should be doing. I should be doing talking about the Bills whooping them Chiefs, man, because that was classic. But we know how it is, man. That that none of that it matters a lot. It matters a lot, but it does not matter up until you know playoff time, Super Bowl time. I think it's safe to say we're going to make the playoffs. It's never safe, barring some unexpected crazy injuries or something like that. Bills got a bye week this week. We don't really got to touch a whole lot of that, except Josh Allen's the man. We know that. Uh, Devin Singletary looking good. Bills don't need him. Bills don't need McCaffrey. Strange. They ain't giving him nothing. Nobody gets anything. As far as Buffalo is concerned, nobody gets nothing. We're just going to keep riding that D train. Oh, we got a lot to break down. We got a lot to break down. So let's go ahead and get the hot off the press. Hot off the press, Christian McCaffrey traded to the San Francisco 49ers for a second round, third round, fourth round pick, and then in 2024, I think it's a fifth round. So next year they'll get a second, third, and a fourth round pick. That's pretty good. Initially, you read that and you say, "Man, we didn't." You're trying to tell me that we didn't get any first round picks for Christian McCaffrey? I agree. I think that's kind of a blow. But I think when you take into account the history of Christian McCaffrey as far as it goes with injury reports, and I guess he's, he only played he didn't play very much in 2020. He didn't play very much in 2021. So it's kind of a injury risk that the San Francisco 49ers are taking. At the same time, the Panthers are going to need as much help as they can get. They're probably already going to get the first round draft pick anyway. Talk on the street, they're doing ranked quarterbacks, who they think they ought to get down in Carolina. I have no idea. I don't even I care, but I don't really care because I've seen so many quarterbacks come and go. Look at Baker Mayfield, for crying out loud, man. He was the number one draft pick. Sam Darnold's the number one draft pick. What is it? I mean, Josh Allen was a number one draft pick, but he was behind all those guys. He got picked after those guys. Look at Tom Brady, was picked in the sixth round. The point is that you never really know when you're drafting these quarterbacks. It's more important to you know, build your surroundings. Fix this offensive line. That has been apparent over the years. So it's hard to get an offensive lineman that a good stable set of those guys because they cost a lot of money. And if any team gets one, they are not letting them go. Okay, like teams that get good offensive linemen, they just stick around in that team like forever. They might get lucky and get a trade if they don't work out, but so it's basically they just kind of like shuffle around. But if they get a good one, they're locked. They're locked in. So sad news about Christian McCaffrey going. I like him. He was a beautiful man. He was in peak physical condition all the time. All the news articles I see, all the pictures I see of him, look at his arms, man. Those arms don't come without putting in the work and taking care of your body. Even though he is got a lot of injury history. You can tell that he is in peak physical condition. But, you know, those linebackers are big boys, and these guys in the NFL are big boys. And when they hit you, especially in the running back position, and take the pounding that they got, so shout out to Christian McCaff, man. We love you. We'll miss you. Got a McCaff jersey. My wife's got a McCaff jersey in the closet. I got it for Christmas a couple of years ago. Didn't really get to wear it in the last couple of years. But she got a CJ Horn one, so maybe we'll get some CJ Horn action going down because he's been doing all right lately. So anyway, best wishes to Christian McCaffrey out in San Francisco 49ers. They don't really give you a whole lot of protection out there either. So good luck to you on that, man. Best wishes, and try to stay healthy and whatnot. So, but we appreciate all the time that you had here in Carolina, and thanks for a lot of memories. Certainly this year, being the only person that has been able to bring some smiles to people's faces inside the stadium, outside a couple of long bombs from Mayfield to maybe Thomas Anderson and DJ Moore. So, oh yeah, wow, what a dumpster fire we got going on with the Panthers. So Robbie Anderson gets into it with the wide receiver coach on the sideline and gets kind of kicked out of the game. Coach told him to get the heck out of here. Robbie has been kind of a person that has had a history of not getting along well with quarterbacks in their scheme. I try to look at things from both sides because if you look at it from perspective of a Carolina Panthers fan, I really look at it as well, what have you really done for me lately? Outside of that one touchdown pass, he was pretty good. He was a good wide receiver, but he didn't really show up a lot. And he's not very small. He's not very. I mean, he's very small. He's not very big, and I just haven't seen him. So I think when they took him back to the locker room, it was kind of like, don't let the door hit you. Now the Panthers took some heat on the Robbie Anderson exchange because they getting rid of him to Arizona. He had a pretty big contract. So a lot of our general management lately and the contracts we've been giving out have been very questionable and they have not worked out in hindsight. It's hard to be a general manager because you got to go out and you got to try to find the best players you can. And you got some money, and who looks good. Sam Darnold had a history with Robbie. They thought that maybe that would look all right when they were on the New York Jets. They kind of connected a few times, but then I saw last year Robbie Anderson started going off on Sam Darnold or had a sideline meltdown. So that's if you're starting to show a pattern of sideline meltdowns year after year, that's really the last thing that the Panthers needed. Now they're playing PJ Walker, and Ken Wilkes said in the post conference that he wasn't really going to try to throw the ball at all, and he made good promise on that because I can't remember seeing much of a pass, but the defense they held out good, and I thought that McCaffrey looked good, and they almost pulled it out. Actually, they had my confidence, but then it turned into that having to depend on the offense, and I think football is really it starts to lose its fun when you're watching a team and the team can't play offense. Now that's cool with McCaffrey, but when you start going, other than that, it's just kind of like it's like a magic surprise. It's like, well, maybe he'll do it, and he did. And now you've just taken away our last chance of any kind of offense. I found out that Sam Darnold is coming back now, but he's not coming back this week. He's coming back the next week. And Baker Mayfield, apparently, he's back, and now they're having this quarterback competition between Darnold and Mayfield. Ken Wilkes said in the press conference he's not sure who he's going to go with going forward, if he's going to go with Darnold, if he's going to go with Mayfield, but he's certainly going with P.J. Walker this week. It's almost like that guy said to him, hey, just go out there, tank it out, and we'll see what happens. Because it's looking right now that they're headed towards that first round pick. I cannot see them beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a big upset last week against the Chiefs. Or the Chiefs, the Chiefs lost to the Bills. Let me just throw that out there in Kansas City. Oh, that was fun, man. That was fun. Me and Jax, my boy Jax, man, my little man, we were flying around the room doing Supermans in the air, eating all the candy. Halloween time, all that candy's around. Trying to stay off all that candy because it's just everywhere. But it's fun around Halloween time, and you got the Bills beating the Chiefs. It's fun to watch the Bills play right now. So if you get a chance to watch the Bills play, I highly, you know, they're showing them on the national broadcast a lot. So they're a hot item right now. So we got the Buffalo Bills on bye. Panthers playing at home this week. You gonna go to the Tampa Bay game? I'll bet them ticket prices are real low. So if you want to get out and go to the game, I can't tell you how much fun you might have at the game. I don't think anybody wants to go down there and pay $50 for parking to watch PJ Walker and Chuba Hubbard. Not, I don't know if anybody wants to pay $100 a person to go down and watch PJ Walker not throw the ball for the entire game and pray to God that like any kind of fun can be had against Tampa Bay because that is Tom Brady coming for you butts this week. So I don't know. It's not looking very good for the Panthers right now for this year. So I'll probably, I love football. I love the Panthers. And if you're watching this video, you're probably a diehard football fan and love the Panthers too and stay with me. So we'll watch the game anyway. But let's take a look at the stats against the Cardinals and see what good come. I know that we had a lot of good stuff happening from. Oh, that's the Bills Cardinals. We don't have to do those stats today because you already know what it is. You already know what it is. The Macho Man was the man. All right, Panthers. I tried to Google the Panthers Cardinal stats earlier. What did I get? I got Christian McCaffrey everything. Christian McCaffrey everything. You will be missed. You will definitely be missed. It's not right. It's not right that you get one of the best running backs in the league and have to turn around and deal him for 5 draft picks. Baker Mayfield. That's a Cardinals game. God dang, man, it's so bad. It's so bad for the Panthers. Like I can't even remember who they were playing the Rams. That's who they were playing. Was it the Rams last week? I keep going on about the daggone Cardinals. It was the Rams. My apologies. I got Cardinals on my mind because I watched the Cardinals game last night because I wanted to see what Robbie Anderson would do. He didn't do anything. He got one shot in the end zone, and then there was a pass interference, and they called it back. So let's take a look at PJ Walker, 60 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. That's really bad. 60 yards. That's crazy that this guy could just do as good as he did in that other league, USAFL, or the one that got shut down, and now he 60 yards. You would think that he'd been able to give the pass. I say this to you, Coach Wilkes. I love you. I think you do a great job. You're doing a good job, and you trying to manage a dumpster fire. Give my boy a chance, right? Give him a chance, dude. Just give him a chance. If he winds up throwing interceptions, then he winds up throwing interceptions. He might just get that chance this week. If now we got Chuba Hubbard rubbing it because there's no way unless you're Bill Belichick and you're playing in the snow and 100-mile-an-hour winds up in Buffalo, where you can't throw the ball, and that's what Josh Allen does, and you don't have running back is not your strong point, and you got a weak run defense, then you can run the ball the entire game. But that is a very, very particular situation, being as in that like one particular area that's situational football. Okay, we're not situational. We tried to be situational last week, but I feel like you could have at least tried to, throw a little bit more than 60 yards. 10 out of 16 is extremely low. McCaffrey, my boy, 89 yards. I thought he got for receiving and 69 yards rushing. It really is amazing. So the only offense that we managed to generate, this is really bad, was it who got the darn touchdown for the reception. Can't remember because that's how much fun it is to watch them right now. Oh, was it Dante Jackson? I was in the. It was. I was right. Yeah, it was Dante Jackson. I was in the other room, um, trying to put on some comic book show for my kid, and I turned around and not expecting them to do it. Dante Jackson gets a return touchdown. I did see the replay; it was very nice. He's having a good year. I think Dante Jackson is doing all right. We're still getting beat, but hey, if you want to show up and play the game, play some offense too. You can't just say, "Hey, defense, go out and be the only person that's going to score some points this week." I think that's like 2 weeks in a row almost. Besides McCaffrey, it's kind of like, okay, well, he gets his touchdown, defense gets his touchdown, no wide receivers getting touchdowns, no, um, no beautiful passing or any kind of that game. It's really rough. But we got some shout outs. Let's get out some game balls, right? Game ball, Corey Littleton, 6 tackles, 4 assists, half a sack, got a tackling assist. Derek Brown, 3 for 4. C.J. Henderson, 4 for 1. When I say that, tackles, 4 tackles, 1 assist. Shaq Thompson, 5 tackles. Keith Taylor, 5. These are actually pretty good numbers, man. Burns played good. Somebody got hurt. I don't remember who got hurt, but somebody got hurt, I think. And we just don't need any more people getting hurt. I don't see C.J. Horn on the list. That kind of sucks. But could be good. When cornerbacks are quiet, that's good. So not a whole lot to talk about or to shout about, but we can give some roses to the defense there, especially Dante Jackson, my boy Dante Jackson, getting that interception touchdown. That's really good. Panera Bread Company. I don't know if he missed a field goal. I like Blackshear. Look, he had one return for 24 yards. Not a bad average. Panero, one field goal, 1 for 1. He only got one chance. So look at this. The punter kicked for 362 yards. Okay, that is 3 times the length of the field. That is 3.5 times the length of a football field. That's insanely a lot amount of times to punt a football. So, holy crap, man. So anyway, let's take a look at Tampa Bay and see what we got going on this week. That's that for the LA Rams. Let's take a look at the money line, right? Because when we take a look at money lines, we can see what the point favorites are and if see how bad it is. Because usually Vegas is pretty close, and if not, they'll get the refs to make sure that it's close. There's some crazy stuff going on in that Bills game. Just stuff where they even that play at the end with the interception at the end of the game to make sure that just to make sure that we can't give Patrick Mahomes another chance. Let's call the main office anyway, even though it was plain as day. And if they had called it an interception, nobody would have, or it wasn't an interception, nobody would have thought about it. It would have just been like, that's the call, forget about it, move on, controversial situation. Who do we want to screw today? It really is unfortunate, but that's the world we live in right now. So if you really want to win these games, whoop some butt the right way. Go down there and do it yourself. Don't. It's better to win on offense than on defense because that's when those kind of plays. Win by a couple of touchdowns because when you get in close games like that, that's when they start getting involved. I know that's a little conspiracy talk there. All right, Tampa Bay is a 13-point favorite, which is quite a bit. Okay, we got Tom Brady. He's got 8 touchdowns. His passing rating is 95.1. PJ Walker's is 81.6. Tom Brady's completion record is 166 for 247. He's got 8 touchdowns, only one interception on the year. Leonard Fournette's going town. I don't know why they still got Christian McCaffrey up there. They just ain't got. Oh, that's right, because he's the lead rusher. Still the lead rusher on the team. Okay, so final thoughts on that. Have alternative plans. Have alternative plans because the Bills are on bye. It might be a good week to practice some self-care and get out and see the fall leaves and go to a Halloween party or two, or fall festival, something like that. Go to church, get right with your spirituality, do some meditation or whatever kind of spirituality you believe in, And we got PJ Walker again. I wore my Sam Darnold jersey today because I feel like that we're going to be seeing some Sam Darnold. He's going to get another chance. They got to give him another chance because I don't think that you can give Baker Mayfield. He's going to have to earn that spot back. Now Sam's good for giving that other spot back, but PJ Walker, unless you do some miraculous stuff this week, it's going to take a miracle. I think that might be the last we see of PJ Walker, perhaps. Never. He might wind up backup someplace. He might wind up a backup someplace, but it's highly unlikely because every year that goes by, you're getting another crap of new quarterbacks that need opportunities. Even the new guy, that new guy that came in there, he started airing out the ball and he threw that interception, unfortunately. But for a minute, I was just thinking to myself, well, what if? You know, like what if this is the guy that the unknown? As I was saying at the start of the show, we don't know. Jacob Eason. What if this is the guy and he just winds up being another Tom Brady? You just never know with these quarterbacks because some of them can just make magic and you don't know where they're coming from, and they've played football their whole lives and they've been quarterback their whole lives. And if they made it to the NFL, you got to give these guys opportunity. I would almost be inclined to say, if PJ Walker can't do something quick, how about give this other guy a chance? He threw one interception, but look at this, man. He got in 5 attempts, he managed to get 59 yards, the same amount of yards throwing as PJ Walker did for an entire game. So that's 3 for 5. That's above a 50% ratio. Unfortunately, one of those was an interception. But even as I was sitting back watching, I was like, he looked like he had pretty good confidence and ready to go. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see him again because, Sam Darnold be coming back. If not this week, not next week. Let's check and see what week the Panthers bye is. I think that's important that we figure out, what is Carolina Panthers bye week. I know we got Buffalo Bills bye week this week, and they need it too. So hopefully they'll come back healthy. And so while I'm looking this up, what do you think? What do you think? Do you like Ken Willis? Do you not like him? He means business. He strikes me as a guy that's very different than Matt Rule. He doesn't care. He's going to do what he wants to do, and if you don't like it, you can go somewhere because that's what I'm doing. I told you that's what I'm doing, and if you don't like it, you can get out. We'll see how long Ben McAdoo lasts. Still not really a big fan of that guy. Duke, this is do the Panthers have a bye week? Of course they have a bye week. They have a late bye with the 13th week off for the third straight season. Week 13. That's really late in the year to have a bye week off. Where we are now? Week 7. We're on week 7 this week. So we're just about halfway there, guys. A little under halfway there. It's been enjoyable from the Bills' perspective, but from the Carolina Panthers' perspective, it's been kind of a waste. And looks like we're kind of reshuffling the deck and rebuilding here. Let's get a new quarterback. Let's get a new quarterback. You mean the 50 we have aren't any good? We got guys that are hurt, guys are hurt, and those guys are hurt. You just can't. It's like you're trying to fix a problem without fixing the problem. Nobody just put. Josh Allen certainly helps, but nobody just put him in there and said, "All right, here you go, do your thing." Just imagine what would happen if he had gotten drafted to the Panthers. Just break these guys' confidence forever, along with knees and elbows and arms and concussions and anything you can imagine, ankles. So Sam Darnold coming back, not this week, maybe next week. We might get to see him. Last chance for Sam Darnold. He might wind up a backup quarterback somewhere else. I don't think Baker Mayfield is going to be able to regain his starting role without some kind of monumental Sam Darnold disaster, and he might likely. Well, he can't be traded now because I think that the trade deadline might be this week, but I don't know what to do about that. He was a lot of money. Maybe we can get rid of one of these quarterbacks, maybe Darnold or Mayfield, and get some more value on the trade. And just like it sounds like we're just burning it down. We're burning everything down. Robbie Anderson is gone. Christian McCaffrey is gone. The coach is gone. Who's next to go? We got Darnold and Mayfield that, might hold some value. DJ Moore holds some value. Um, I expect more to come. I don't think any of these defense guys should be traded. Don't take away any of the defense. You finally got that right. Don't mess with it. The defense looks. It's really unfortunate that you get such a good defense and then you can't capitalize on it due to offensive struggles. But that's where we live in, and that's the way it is. So, go Panthers this week. That's the only game we got. Oh yeah, shout out to my boy Padres, man. Sad day on the Braves losing to the Phillies like that, but hopefully the Padres can bring it around. They've never won a World Series before. My brother went to San Diego State University, um, so we got to go out and see a Padres game. And ever since I went out there, I became a big Padres fan. And so if you're not watching some of the MLB playoffs, that's cool. Carolina Hurricanes are back. They're looking good. They finally lost their first game yesterday. They're on a long road trip. Buffalo Sabres look really good. They're beating up everybody right now. I think they've only lost one game, but they just took down the Calgary Flames and Edmonton Oilers. They look really good. So they got a new captain, Kyle Poso. So hockey's back, and that's a good time. So enjoy some. Oh, NBA is back. Charlotte Hornets come back. I don't really follow a whole lot of NBA, but I enjoy basketball and I watch it sometimes because I'm a Hornets fan. So if you're a Hornets fan and you're like me, it's kind of like, well, first of all, is the game going to be on and they're going to not show tennis instead? Because I didn't even get to see the game the other day because of some blackout reasons. And apparently they put up a good fight and beat the Spurs. But they got a lot of problems going on right now too. But at least we had a basketball team, and that's fun too. So hopefully you can get out if you're in Charlotte area, get a chance to see the Charlotte Checkers play too. That's a great place to watch a hockey game, man. It's just basically like lower level seating the whole way in there. It's a great deal. So having fun with the baseball. Go Padres, go Panthers, go Checkers, go Canes, go Sabres, go Hornets. I think I got them all for right now. Sad day for the Braves. Salute to you. Thanks for a good season. That was fun. Orioles didn't even make playoffs, but we got some Padres coming up today. They'll be playing a game. I think they play today. So hopefully they can take down the Philly. Not a big Philly fan. Not a big Philly fan, but I love Juan Soto and I love Machado. So anyway, go Panthers and enjoy your fall and happy Halloween to you guys. Cheers.